In this tutorial, we're going to learn to add the annotations and paused annotation interaction types. These two interaction types are quite similar, so it's best to demonstrate their usage in the same video. Both interaction types allow you to annotate the video with text, images, audio, videos, hotspots, buttons, shapes, file attachments, and even a stopwatch. The main difference is that for annotations, each annotation item can be set to appear and disappear at a certain time on the video, whereas the paused annotation pauses the video and shows all annotation items at the same time on the video. You can use annotations for different purposes, such as adding branding elements, including labels and logos, covering some parts of the video, adding additional explanations using hotspots, providing a link to a file or external site. The use cases for paused annotation can be adding an explanation video to the concept presented in the main video, adding a sample soundtrack that is discussed in the main video, adding a stopwatch and having learners complete a certain task within the set time, providing navigation options to go to certain times in the video, explaining a diagram using interactive hotspots, and much more. Let's cover the annotations interaction type first. Click Add. Choose Annotations from the list. Notice that there is no timestamp for annotations. That's because you can only add one instance per video. At the top, you can see the toolbar with annotation types you can choose from. At the bottom, this is where you can adjust the time and duration of the annotation items. Let's add a logo. Upload an image. You can set the alternative text here. If you want to link this image to an external site, enter the URL here. You can also set a timestamp here. If set, the video will seek the specified time when the image is clicked. Click Save Changes to add. You can adjust the position and the size of the image by dragging and resizing it. For minor adjustments, you can use the arrow keys on the keyboard. To edit or change the image, double-click on the image. Click Save Changes to apply the changes. On the timeline, you can move the item around to set the time the annotation will appear, and adjust the length for how long it will appear. Before we adjust the time, I'm going to add a small label and a shape for the background. Then we can group these three elements together. Okay, we're good for now. Let's save the changes so far. Click here to close the edit mode. To add more items or to edit the existing items, I can just click the Edit button here. Now let's take a look at the paused annotation. To add a paused annotation, first select a spot on the video where the interaction will appear. Click Add. Select Paused Annotation. Give it a title. click on the title to launch the editing canvas. You'll see a toolbar appear at the top. In this example, I'm going to use images as navigation options. When learners click on an image, they will be taken to specific points in the video. First, let's add a background using the shape element. Now add an image. Click here to select the timestamp that the video will jump to when the image is clicked. Is to choose your video or audio source. Right from the activity chooser. Let's add a small label as well. Let's group these two objects so we can copy and move them. We cannot edit elements while they are in a group, so we have to ungroup them first. Active video activities at once, a huge time saver. Page. Simple, right? Page. Simple, right? When everything looks good, click the Save button to save the changes. To do this, prepare a CSV file with your video data. For demonstration, I'll use. Once you've selected it, you'll be taken to the editing form